Hey guys, Jobin here. I want to talk to you about something that is much better than I expected. A while ago, I was looking at at the time, fairly new, or at least I hadn't bought yet, Ganzo models. And there was one that really caught my eye. It was this guy, the 716. This knife is completely up my alley. It is. If you know my taste in knives, you would expect me to buy one of these. Blade shape, blade length, handle design, little extra feature like having a glass breaker, reversible pocket clip so it's ambidextrous. I love this deep finger indent, little flare out, and the not quite choil, but the little shelf up there where you can put a finger if you need to, or even just in normal use to keep your fingers a little farther from the blade. Love it. Looked at pictures of it and said, I need to have this knife. Now also on the page was the Ganzo 717. One of these. And I looked at that and my reaction was basically a dramatic yawn. I looked at it and said, oh great. Didn't I buy this knife like 3 or 4 years ago when it was called the Enlon EL02? Whatever. It's another kind of vaguely Sebenza-ish axis lock knife. Why am I supposed to care about this? But I got one because I figured, you know what, due diligence, I should check out the new model from a company I'm into, and it's only about $20. I'll get one. The day they arrived together, I played with this one for a little while, said, man, this is a cool knife. And somehow at the end of the day, this one was back in its box, and this one was in my pocket, where it has been for the past month. I don't know what happened, but I love this knife. It is so great. I don't even know if I can explain why, but I'll try. Well, for starters, one thing I thought was going to be a problem isn't. I looked at the thumb stud positioning really close to the handle, and it doesn't really stick out from it in any way. And I said, this thing's going to be a pain to open. It's not. It opens really fast, really easy, and very reliably. I don't know how, but it does. The handle, which I thought would maybe just be a little bit of a novelty. They adopted the sort of custom look. Looks maybe like it was done with hand tools, like Tough Thumbs or somebody used to do. But you know what? This is a really cool handle. It's kind of fun to look at, it's fun to play with, it feels nice in your hand. And it adds some grip, but it doesn't really seem to tear up your pants the way some of the Peel Ply G10s can. The ones that feel like sandpaper when you run your fingernail over them. So it's good in that respect. And there's just some cool stuff, cool attention to detail that you don't often see, like it has very few screws holding it together. One for the pivot and 2 pillars. They use the same head. They use the same T8 Torx bit. There's none of that T8 for the pivot, T6s for the pocket clip, and handle screws nonsense. Just one bit. And the pocket clip is kind of minimalist because it's held on by just one screw. It's reversible, which actually puts it one up on the EL02, which is only drilled and tapped on one side. And it's kept from wiggling back and forth because there's a little depression machine for it, and that works really well. So it's kind of fun looking. It feels nice in your hand. It opens very smoothly. It has a good sized blade, not too big, not too small in my opinion. This is pretty close to optimum, I think, for a standard pocket knife, at least for anything I do with my pocket knife. It's not particularly expensive. The fit and finish is pretty darn good. Overall, this knife is a winner. You know, to the extent where I'd say, if you were looking at the L02, spend another $5, get this one. It's probably a better deal, I would say. You know, this is a fine knife. I've recommended it in the past to a lot of people, but this takes it up a notch or two for only a few dollars more. Let me try and get some close-up views here. See that really nice pattern there? The hardware. The blade and pocket clip are stonewashed. The blade spine is rounded. Which is a really nice, elegant look in my opinion. Action on these is generally very smooth. Lockup's good. I'm telling you guys, this is a great knife. And, wow, I almost forgot. We're 7 minutes into the video and I didn't show you the other one. It also comes in black. You know what's kind of interesting? Looking at these two side by side, this may look like a hand-done pattern, but it's pretty clearly programmed into a machine because the pattern of ridges on these is identical. That's kind of funny. I did not notice that until now. I guess it makes sense. So there you go, the Ganzo 717. Let's I think it's like 717-B. Yeah, 717-B for the black one, and I think -Y, I'm pretty sure, for the for that one. I think it's -Y. I don't know why they picked Y. You know what? That sounds insane. I'm gonna go look. Hold on. Yeah, it's -Y for the tan one. Don't ask me how that makes sense. But it is. Alright, this is Jobin signing off, saying remember where your knife is. Take it easy, folks.